I
I
never
believe this
thought my
belongs to you,
ex-girlfriend's aunt
Alex.
showing up at my door with a box of
Or
my old
perhaps you
stuff
prefer I
would
keep it.
lead to her whispering over wine 3 hours later. I always liked you better than him. I mean her. God, I always liked you better. Period. But there I was, 29 years old, standing in my apartment doorway on a Tuesday night, staring at Veronica Walsh, 46 years old, wearing jeans and a leather jacket, holding a cardboard box with my name scribbled on it. My ex-girlfriend Madison's aunt, the woman I'd met exactly 4 times during my 2-year relationship. The woman who'd made me laugh at Thanksgiving when everyone else was interrogating me. The woman I'd maybe noticed was attractive in that dangerous way you notice but immediately shut down because she's family, she's older, she's completely off limits, and now she was here, at my apartment, alone, looking at me with those sharp green eyes that had always seemed to see more than they should. "Veronica?" I said, confused. "Hi. I wasn't expecting, I know. Sorry to just show up." She shifted the box. "Madison asked me to return your things. Said she couldn't face seeing you. Very dramatic, very typical. I told her to mail them, but she insisted on personal delivery. So here I am." There was an edge to her voice when she said Madison's name. "You didn't have to do that. Can I come in?" I drove 40 minutes in traffic, and I could really use a drink. I should have said no. Should have taken the box, said thank you. Closed the door. I didn't. "Yeah, of course. Come in." She walked past me, and I caught a hint of her perfume, cedar, and vanilla. She set the box down with a soft thud, looked around. "So this is where you've been hiding. Nice place. Very you. Books everywhere." She turned to face me. "You doing okay?" The question caught me off guard. Real concern in her voice. "I'm fine. Surviving. The breakup was rough, but it was the right thing. Madison's version is that you broke her heart, shattered her world. She's been very dramatic about it. That's not exactly how it happened. I know. I know my niece, Marcus. I love her, but I'm not blind to her faults." She moved toward my kitchen. "Where do you keep your wine? I really need a drink, after listening to Madison sob for an hour about how you were the love of her life." I found an unopened bottle, poured 2 glasses. She sat on my couch like she belonged there. "So," she said, "Madison said you broke up 3 weeks ago. Mutual decision, or did someone pull the trigger?" "Mutual," I said, sitting across from her, maintaining distance. We'd been having the same fight for 6 months. She wanted marriage, kids, the suburban house. She had a timeline. I didn't. And that made you incompatible? When she wanted all of that in 2 years and I wasn't sure I wanted any of it ever. Yeah. Veronica studied me over her wine glass. "You're smarter than most 29-year-old men. Most guys would have just gone along with it. You were honest. That takes guts." Madison didn't see it that way. Madison takes everything personally. Always has. She took a long sip. "Can I tell you something I probably shouldn't? I never thought you two were right for each other. From the first family dinner, I could see it. You were trying so hard to fit into her world, and she was trying to mold you. It was painful to watch. The honesty surprised me." "Then why didn't you say something?" "Because it wasn't my place. And because I'm the black sheep aunt who got divorced at 40 and doesn't have kids. What do I know about relationships, right? Madison always says I don't understand what real love looks like. Do you?" I asked before I could stop myself. Veronica looked at me, and something shifted in the air. "I used to think I did. Married my college boyfriend. Thought we'd be together forever. He wanted the timeline too. I gave him all of it, and I was miserable. We both were. Just too stubborn to admit it for 15 years. She leaned forward. "So when I see someone being honest about what they want instead of going along with expectations, I respect that, even if it hurts people." We sat in silence, the confession hanging between us. Rain started tapping against the window. "I'm sorry," she said. "That was heavy. I didn't come here to dump my divorce trauma on you. It's okay. Sometimes it's easier to talk to people who aren't in your life. No judgment. Is that what I am? Someone not in your life?" The question wasn't casual. There was weight behind it. I don't know what you are. You're my ex's aunt. But you're also someone who just told me more truth in 10 minutes than most people tell me in months. She smiled, and it transformed her face. You want to know something else I probably shouldn't tell you? I always liked you. From that first dinner, you were nervous and trying too hard and so clearly not right for Madison. But there was something about you. You were real. And when you made that joke about Thanksgiving being a carb festival with family trauma, I laughed harder than I'd laughed in months. She paused, and I thought, this guy is wasted on my niece. My heart was pounding. This is dangerous, my brain whispered. This is Madison's aunt. This is heading somewhere you can't come back from. Veronica, I started. I know, she said quietly. I know this is weird. I know I should have just dropped off the box and left. But Marcus, I've thought about you way more than I should have over the past 2 years. And when Madison asked me to return your stuff, part of me jumped at the excuse to see you, to check if you were okay, to see if I imagined it, the connection. Those moments at family gatherings when we'd end up talking and I'd forget you were dating my niece? The confession landed like a grenade. I felt it too, I said before I could stop myself. At Thanksgiving, when we were talking about books and our hands touched, I felt it, and I shut it down immediately, because you were off limits in every possible way. And now? Her voice was barely above a whisper. Now I'm single, and you're here. And I'm trying very hard to remember all the reasons this is a terrible idea. How many reasons? The rain drummed harder. At least 20. Starting with your Madison's aunt and ending with you're 17 years older and probably think I'm just some kid. I don't think you're a kid, Marcus. I think you're the first man I've met in years who actually knows who he is. Do you know how rare that is? How attractive that is? She set down her glass. I'm going to leave now. Because if I don't leave in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to do something we'll both probably regret. Or maybe we won't. But either way, I'm going. And you're going to have my number because I wrote it on the box. And if you want to call me, if you want to see if this insane connection is real, you can call me. She walked to the door, turned back. For what it's worth, Marcus, I meant what I said. I always liked you better. Better than Madison's other boyfriends. Better than most men I know. Better than I should have. Then she was gone, and I was staring at the box, at the phone number written on top in neat handwriting. 3 days. I stared at my phone for 3 days. Typed out hi and deleted it. Typed out about the other night and deleted it. My thumb hovered over her number until the screen blurred. Every logical circuit in my brain screamed, don't do it. You don't date your ex's aunt. But then I'd remember her eyes. Not the color, but the weight of them. The way she looked at me without needing anything from me, without trying to change me. And suddenly, the logic didn't matter. The silence in my apartment was deafening, and I knew only one voice could break it. On the third night, at 11 p.m., I called. She answered on the second ring. That was fast. I thought you'd at least wait until tomorrow. I was going to. Then I decided I'm done waiting for the right time to do things. The right time never comes. Smart man? So what happens now? Coffee? Tomorrow? There's a place near my office that's quiet. Not worried about being seen? Terrified. Doing it anyway. She laughed, warm and low. Tomorrow, then. Text me the address. And Marcus, I'm glad you called. That night, I barely slept. I kept imagining Madison's face when she found out. Kept seeing her family's judgment. But I was so tired of playing it safe. We met at a small cafe where neither of us knew anyone. Veronica arrived in a business suit, looking professional, and so far out of my league, I almost left. But then she saw me and smiled, really smiled. And suddenly, none of it mattered. Hi, she said. Hi. We ordered coffee. The espresso machine hissed in the background. Made small talk, dancing around what we were really doing. Finally, Veronica set down her cup. Okay, let's address the elephant. I'm 46. You're 29. That's 17 years. I'm your ex. And this is potentially the most complicated situation either of us could get into. Now that we've acknowledged that, can we stop dancing around it? What do you want to do instead? I want to know if this is real. If you felt what I felt the other night, you're not crazy. I haven't stopped thinking about you since you left. About what you said. About how you saw me. How did I see you? Like I was enough. Just as I am. Do you know how long it's been since someone looked at me like that? She reached across the table and took my hand. Her skin was warm. I see you, Marcus. I have from the beginning. And I know this is complicated. I know Madison will lose her mind. I know people will judge. But I'm tired of living my life based on what other people think. I did that in my marriage for 15 years, and it destroyed me. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting we see where this goes. Carefully. Privately. Nothing that gets back to Madison until we figure out if this is real. But Marcus, I need you to be sure. Because if we do this, there's no going back. Madison will never forgive either of us. So you need to be sure this is worth it. I looked at her across the table. This woman who saw me, who challenged me. I can't promise you forever, but I can promise you honesty. And right now, sitting here with you, I feel more myself than I've felt in years. So yeah, I'm sure. She smiled. Then, let's be reckless together. 2 weeks later, Veronica called at 10 p.m. on a Saturday. My kitchen sink is leaking. Water everywhere. I called a plumber, but they can't come until Monday. You mentioned you're handy with tools. Can you come over? I'll buy you dinner. I should have said no. Should have recognized this for what it was. A reason to be alone together. Give me 30 minutes, I said. Her apartment had high ceilings, exposed brick, character. She answered in jeans and a t-shirt, hair pulled back, no makeup, the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. My hero. The disaster is this way. The sink was indeed leaking, a steady drip echoing. I have tools, she said. I brought mine. Can you hold the flashlight? She knelt beside me, close enough that I could smell her shampoo. Close enough that when she reached to angle the flashlight, her arm brushed mine. We both froze. The moment stretched. I could hear her breathing, feel the warmth of her body. Marcus, she said quietly. Yeah? This is a bad idea, isn't it? You being here, us being alone, probably the worst. But you came anyway. I did. She was quiet, still holding the flashlight. Why? I turned to look at her, our faces inches apart. Because when you call, I want to come. Because fixing your sink is the best offer I've had all week. Because being near you feels like the opposite of a bad idea, even when I know it is. We shouldn't, she whispered, but wasn't moving away. I know. I'm too old for you. You keep saying that. I keep not caring. People will judge. They'll say I'm having a midlife crisis. That you're my boy toy. Let them. Marcus, stop looking for reasons to push me away. I'm here because you make me laugh. Because you're brilliant and honest, and you see me. That's it. She was crying now. I'm scared. So scared of wanting you. Of letting myself feel this when I swore I'd never be vulnerable again. I wiped away a tear. Then, let's be scared together. She kissed me. Sudden and desperate, and real. For a second, I forgot about the sink. Forgot about Madison. Forgot about every reason this was complicated. We pulled apart, both breathing hard. I should fix your sink, I said. Right, the sink. But she was smiling, her hand still in my hair. I fixed the sink. It took 20 minutes. Veronica sat on the counter, watching. You have nice hands, she said. That's distracting. Is it? Sorry. I'll stop noticing your hands. And your arms. And the way you bite your lip when you're concentrating. Veronica. Yes? You're not helping. She laughed. When I finished, she came up behind me, wrapped her arms around my waist. Thank you. For coming. For being here. I turned in her arms. We're doing this, aren't we? Despite everything, I think we are. God help us both. Madison's gonna lose her mind. Probably. But Marcus, I've spent 2 years watching you with her, wishing it were me. I'm done wishing. I want this. I want you. Even if it's a disaster. Then let's break everything together. That night, we stayed up until 3 a.m. talking. She told me about her work as an architect, about the building she'd designed that her ex-husband had taken credit for, about dreams she'd put away, about finding herself again at 40. I told her about the novel I'd been writing for 3 years, about how Madison had never asked to read it, about feeling like I was supposed to have my life figured out and feeling lost instead. You're not lost, Veronica said, her head on my shoulder. You're searching. There's a difference. What's the difference? Lost people don't know what they're looking for. You do. You're just scared you won't find it. What am I looking for? Someone who sees you, really sees you, not the version they want you to become. Someone brave enough to search with you. That sounds like you. Does it? Yeah. She kissed me then, soft and slow, and it felt like a promise. When I left at 4 a.m., I felt like I was floating. I also felt terrified, because this was real, and real things could hurt. The next week, Veronica texted late at night, "Can't sleep." You? I called immediately. Can't sleep either. What's wrong? Nothing. Everything. I've been thinking about us. Are we crazy? I could hear sheets rustling, certifiably. But you're still in? I'm so in, I can't see the exit anymore. She was quiet. Tell me something true, Marcus. Something you've never told anyone. I'm terrified of mediocrity, of being 35 and realizing I played it safe my whole life, that I chose comfort over passion, that I became someone forgettable. You're not forgettable. I've tried to forget you for 2 years, and I can't. You're burned into me. My throat was tight. Your turn. Tell me something true. I'm terrified I'm not enough for you. That you'll wake up and realize I'm just an older woman having a crisis. That you'll want someone younger? Someone who can give you things I can't? Kids. A future that isn't complicated. Veronica, let me finish. I'm terrified. But I'm also more alive than I've been in years. You make me feel things I thought I'd forgotten. Then don't run. Stay. Be terrified with me. Is that enough? It's everything. We talked until the sun came up, and somewhere in those hours, I fell completely, irreversibly in love with her. 2 months in, we were at a farmer's market 40 minutes from anywhere we might be recognized, holding hands, examining tomatoes, arguing about whether you could taste the difference between varieties. Madison's best friend, standing 3 feet away with a bag of kale and an expression of shock. Jessica? I said. My hand was still in Veronica's. She'd seen. Is that Jessica's eyes went from me to Veronica? Oh my God. Is that Madison's aunt? I should have lied, but I was so tired of lying. Yeah, it's Veronica. And you're... Jessica looked at our hands. You're dating. You're dating Madison's aunt. Madison, who is still crying over you every night. Jessica, how long? Her voice was sharp, angry. How long has this been going on? 2 months, Veronica said quietly. It started after the breakup. We didn't plan this. Didn't plan this? You're her aunt, her family, and you're sneaking around with her ex 2 months after he broke her heart? What is wrong with you? Don't talk to her like that, I said. This isn't her fault. She's the adult here. She's 40-something dating a kid. How is that not her fault? I'm not a kid. And this isn't some affair. We have feelings for each other. Real feelings. Real feelings? Jessica laughed bitterly. You know what Madison's going to think? That while you were dating her, you were planning this. That's what everyone will think. That's not what happened. Doesn't matter. And Veronica, Madison worships you. You were the one person she thought understood her. And you stab her in the back like this? I didn't, Veronica started. Save it. I'm calling Madison right now. Jessica pulled out her phone and walked away. We left. Got in my car and drove in silence. The drive felt like hours. Inside her apartment, Veronica poured wine with shaking hands. It was 1 p.m. That was Madison's best friend, she said. By now, Madison knows. In 10 minutes, my sister will know. By tonight, the entire family. And they'll all think the worst. We knew this would happen eventually. Knowing it and experiencing it are different. She turned. That look on Jessica's face? Like we'd done something unforgivable. Like we're monsters. We're not monsters. We fell for each other. It feels like one right now. My phone buzzed. Then again, and again. Madison's name. 12 missed calls. 7 texts. She's calling, I said. I should answer it. She deserves that much. I answered, and immediately regretted it. You bastard! Madison's voice came through so loud I had to pull the phone away. I could hear her sobbing, things breaking, glass shattering. How could you? How could you do this to me? Madison, I'm sorry. Sorry? You're sorry? You're sleeping with my aunt. My aunt who I love. We didn't plan this. It just happened. After we broke up. I never lied to you. For 2 months. You waited 2 whole months? Nothing I say is going to make you feel better. But Madison, we weren't right for each other. You know that. So, you moved on to my aunt? Someone 20 years older? What is this? Revenge? It's not revenge. It's not about you. Veronica and I. We connect. We understand each other. You've known her for 5 minutes. I've known her for 2 years. And in those 2 years, she's seen me more clearly than you ever did. That was cruel. I heard it as soon as the words left my mouth. Fuck you, Marcus. Fuck you and fuck her. I hope you're happy together. I hope it was worth losing me, losing my family, losing everyone, because that's what's going to happen. No one is going to accept this. The line went dead. Veronica was crying at the counter, face in her hands. I went to her, wrapped my arms around her, felt her shaking. She hates us, Veronica whispered. My niece hates me. My sister is going to hate me. They're going to choose sides, and they're going to choose her. Is it unforgivable? I asked. What we did. She turned in my arms. I don't know. I don't know anything except that I love you, and I'm terrified that's not going to be enough when the whole world is telling us we're wrong. You love me? She laughed, broken. Of course I love you. I've loved you since you fixed my sink and looked at me like I wasn't broken. Since you called me at midnight, since you held my hand like you were proud to be with me. I love you, Marcus. And it's the most terrifying thing I've ever felt. I love you too, I said. I have for weeks. It is insane, but it's real. Is that enough? Veronica asked. When my family stops speaking to me? When Madison never forgives me? Is love enough? I don't know. But I know I'm not ready to give up. Are you? She looked at me for a long moment, war happening behind her eyes. Finally, no, I'm not ready. But Marcus, you need to understand what you're signing up for. This isn't going to be some movie where everyone accepts us. My family is going to make this ugly. Madison is going to tell everyone her version. People are going to question your judgment. It's going to be painful, I know. And you're still in? I'm still in. But I need to ask you the same thing. If you're having doubts, you need to tell me now. She cupped my face. Marcus Reed? I have never been more sure of anything. This terrifies me. But losing you? That would destroy me. So, yes, I'm in. Completely. Forever. If you'll have me. Forever sounds good, I said, and kissed her while the world burned. The next 3 months were brutal. Madison told everyone. Veronica's sister stopped speaking to her, sent a scathing email. Family group chats exploded. Veronica was uninvited from family events. Madison posted cryptic social media messages about betrayal. My friends had mixed reactions. Some thought it was hilarious. Some thought I was having a crisis. Some stopped calling. But we held on. Because what we had was real. One night, 4 months after Jessica found us, Veronica had a brutal day. A project fell through. Her sister sent a cruel email. Maybe Madison was right, she said. Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. Maybe I'm being selfish. Stop, I said. Don't let them make you doubt this. But what if they're right? What if I'm just a pathetic older woman clinging to a younger man? I grabbed her hands. Veronica Walsh, listen to me. You are brilliant. You are talented. You are brave. You're not having a crisis. You're living your life on your own terms for the first time ever, and it's threatening to everyone. That's what this is. Not you being pathetic. Them being scared of you, being powerful. You really believe that? I know that. And I know that I love you. Not because of some crisis, but because you're you. Because you see the world in ways that make me want to be better. That's not a crisis. That's real love. She was crying. I love you so much, it scares me. Then let's be scared together. But don't you dare doubt this. 6 months in, something shifted. Madison called Veronica. They talked for 3 hours. When Veronica came over afterward, she looked lighter. She's still angry, Veronica said. She doesn't understand, but she said she doesn't want to lose me forever. She said maybe, eventually, she can try to accept this. It's not forgiveness, but it's something. That's huge, I said. It's a start. She asked me to give her time, and she asked about you, about us, about whether it's real. What did you tell her? I told her you're the best thing that's ever happened to me, that I love you more than I thought I could love anyone, and that I'm sorry she's hurt, but I'm not sorry for choosing you. How did she take that? She cried. Then she said she needed to go. But Marcus, she didn't hang up angry. She hung up sad. And sad is better than angry. Sad means there's hope. We held each other. And for the first time in months, I felt like maybe we'd survive this. I'm writing this from Veronica's apartment, which is our apartment now since I moved in last month. My books mix with hers on the shelves. My life has become intertwined with hers in ways that feel inevitable. Madison came to dinner last week, first time in over a year. Awkward. She brought her new boyfriend, Derek, who seems genuinely kind. She was civil to me, warm to Veronica. Progress. As they were leaving, she pulled me aside. I don't get it, she said quietly. I don't understand what you see in her that you didn't see in me. But Marcus, she's happy. Really happy. And I haven't seen Aunt V that happy in years. So I guess I can't hate you forever. I never wanted to hurt you, I said. I know. And I'm starting to believe that. She paused. Take care of her, okay? She acts tough, but she's not. She deserves someone who sees that. I will, I promised. She nodded, then surprised me by hugging me. Brief but real. Goodbye, Marcus. I mean that in a good way this time. After they left, Veronica came up behind me, wrapped her arms around my waist. That was big. Yeah, it was. Think she'll ever fully forgive us? I don't know. But I think maybe she's starting to understand that life is complicated, that love doesn't follow rules. Veronica turned me around. We chose real. We did. And I'd choose it again. Every time. She smiled. I love you, Marcus Reed. My problematic, beautiful, brave younger boyfriend who fixed my sink and broke all the rules with me. I love you too, Veronica Walsh. My brilliant, fierce, extraordinary girlfriend who showed up with a box and changed my entire life. Is this forever? I don't know. But right now, with Veronica laughing in my arms and Madison slowly finding her way back, I'm happier than I've ever been. Some love stories start with meet-cutes. Ours started with a cardboard box, wine, and a confession that should have stayed unspoken. It's messy and complicated, and we've lost people and hurt people. But it's also real, chosen, fought for. And that makes it worth every moment. Because sometimes the person who changes your life shows up when you least expect it. And if you're brave enough to let them in, that's when real love begins. Even if it starts with your ex's aunt saying, I always liked you better.